When I was demoted and reassigned to the mailroom at the U.S. Department of Prominence for standing up to my tyrant boss, I found myself grateful to still have a job, acknowledged the significance of setting aside my pride about holding a high status position, and appreciated the worth of all roles in the workplace. Despite this, it was a shock to be degraded, especially after the progress I had made in gaining valuable work skills along the way. It felt like a major setback in my career journey. I made a conscious choice to fully embrace my new role as a mail clerk and maintain a positive attitude. While diligently fulfilling my duties as a mail clerk, I proactively sought out in-house job opportunities within the Department of Prominence. An in-house job in the federal government refers to positions that can only be filled by employees who are already working within a government agency. I swiftly adjusted to my role as a mail clerk. My tasks involved sorting mail, organizing it into designated bins and slots for the different offices to retrieve from the mailbox area, delivering mail to various offices, and unpacking large sacks from the Department of Prominence's global travelers. Global travelers would arrive with enormous sacks filled with correspondence or items from our overseas offices. I was intrigued by their jobs and made it a point to engage in conversation with them whenever they visited the mailroom after their international voyages. They entertained me with stories of foreign countries' adventures and the diverse people they met along the way. Each traveler had a captivating tale to share. Fascinated by the idea of becoming a global traveler, I began researching the qualifications needed to apply for that position. Unfortunately, I learned that a bachelor's degree was a requirement, which I did not have. My educational background only included an associate's degree. One day, while I was stooping down to open a sack left by a global traveler, it exploded, splattering its contents onto my thigh and leg. I couldn't believe my eyes. At that moment, I found myself thinking, good grief. Now a sack has exploded on me. What more chaos could unfold in this government building that would directly affect me? Surrounded by a cloud of disbelief, I sank into a chair and remained wordless as my colleagues hurried to investigate the source of the blast and check on my well-being. Gratefully, I discovered that my injuries were minor, a sizable bruise on my thigh serving as a reminder of the explosion that had ensued. My eyes remained intact, my limbs securely attached, and my head firmly in place on my spine. The fact that I had emerged from the explosion alive left me in utter astonishment. A startling incident referred to as a sack explosion involving a woman employee at the U.S. Department of Prominence's mailroom had captured widespread attention, dominating headlines on CNN and local news channels in the Washington, D.C. area. Interestingly, my legal name was not disclosed to the reporters by the department's spokesperson, a decision that was appreciated. With reporters frequently stationed within the building, they quickly made their way to the mailroom to uncover more information. The Secretary of Prominence and his deputy secretary were promptly briefed on the incident. Subsequently, it was revealed that a computer technician had mistakenly placed aerosol cans inside a sack that was transported on an airplane from overseas to Washington, D.C. by a global traveler. The dangerous combination of high temperatures and pressurized aerosol cans can lead to catastrophic consequences, as temperatures exceeding 120 degrees Fahrenheit can trigger an explosion. In some ways, I felt like the biblical figure Paul, who faced numerous trials after his conversion to Christianity. It struck me as odd that this turmoil at work began shortly after my baptism in Jesus' name. Could it be a part of a divine plan? I had just survived a harrowing experience in one of the most prominent federal government buildings in Washington, D.C. In the aftermath, I found myself contemplating my options. Should I pretend to be seriously injured? Should I fake a fainting spell? Should I pursue legal action? What should I do about the predicament I now face? While I was contemplating these thoughts, a tall, handsome, and mysterious government official appeared in the mailroom to speak with me, leading to his unexpected response to my request. You've been listening to Mia Z. Edwards, Diaries. New stories arrive daily, except Sundays, my rest day. Until then, stay inspired.